Have you ever been dropped as a baby? Well, he clearly has, so why don't you
Take it from us.
Okay,
Okay. Wow, I think that like trumped all the prior all I had in the back was like bloop 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 before. So clearly one of us is more creative than the other. But hi guys, welcome back to
Musician.
another episode of Tifu, where we share with you our experiences and many other stories that we hopefully are entertaining for you guys. But today we're gonna be talking about childhood experiences. But before that, shout out to my family for this new setup, for providing us with ladles.
Yeah, we're trying this, like Asian Oriental experience, sticking true to our culture. Let's go. So
Realistically, I just couldn't find the chopsticks, so I could find the ladles first. So that's why I went to.
Okay, but I think it's cute and it's like a soup spoon and stuff. Which
Thank you.
right. Like you know what? Funny, this is digression, but fun fact, when I was younger, my meal, like my childhood meal was porridge. Like
Oh.
all the time. Like when I was a
Okay,
baby,
okay.
all the way to maybe I'd say like preschool era. Preschool
Whoa.
era is such a Gen Z term.
Era.
Preschool days, I should say. Yeah, then like I would always eat porridge. Like that was my lunchtime meal. And my ama would cook like the same porridge but like different like meat and like vegetables and stuff. But it was like the same like rotation basically. And I would sit in front of the TV and I'd watch Barney whilst eating this
Barney
porridge.
is a dinosaur.
Not the pot.
um,
You're like, is he a dinosaur?
it's been a while.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, fair.
okay,
Yeah. No, but yeah, like that was like my childhood meal. So I was like, soup spoon. I'm like, nostalgic. Yeah.
Wow. For you, okay, so for you, you're more a porridge girly. I'm more a congee man. Like I like
Okay.
I like congee more than porridge because porridge is a bit too watery for me. And this stemmed from like my childhood experience of always going to the market every weekend with my parents.
Aw.
And then after that, like it was either economic bihun or congee. And like
Ooh.
because both options were just super, but the queue for the store that sold both was so long. It was like excruciating just to
So
queue
it's
up.
one stall.
Yeah,
and
that sells
then-
both. Then so it was like I choose either option A or B. And
Okay.
I sometimes that congee, whoa, super solid, I tell you. And like I think that experience overall for me was just like very nostalgic. And we
Wait,
have
so
since moved.
when you were a kid, were you like yes, I've got a choice. Like I'm so powerful and like I get to make this decision for myself.
I think that I was a rebel as a child. I might still be now. Let us know in the comments below, all my friends out there. But I do think that like back in the day, okay, so I have an older sister as well. And she is more on the reserved end.
Okay.
And for me, it was like, I couldn't stand it when I couldn't voice my opinions. Basically, I just wanted the world to hear me.
You just
right?
wanted to talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to yap.
Yeah, yapper.
Hence where we are now.
Yeah, real.
But for me, it was like I always wanted my way. As a kid, I was that annoying kid, and if I didn't get my way, I'll be like making noise. I'll be asking my parents.
no.
No, I wouldn't be asking my parents. I'll be demanding to know why cannot, why.
But
Tell me
like-
why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Were you throwing tantrums or like
Was I throwing tantrums? Sometimes I would. Actually, I did all the way up to like.
shucks, he's gonna say like a super old
Either
age.
private, yeah, secondary age, okay? Secondary school age. I'm not gonna specify what. Either one or
Shucks.
four. Pick one.
25% chance.
Yeah, but for me, it was like, I was just very rebellious as a child, and my parents found it very hard to give me good reasons, or basically shut me up in a very healthy parental way.
So you just weren't
So-
satisfied with like
yeah, I just
answers?
wasn't satisfied with no. Like no.
No,
had to-
you just like you couldn't
Correct.
think that
Like if you're
anything-
gonna tell me no, you better give me a 25 mark reason why.
No, but like they would never hit the 25 marks because in your head you're like
Exactly.
It's-
And
okay.
I'm like, no, you still failed.
it's a
So-
circle. It's
yeah.
a circle of life.
Yeah, exactly. So like I think because I voiced my opinions out so much, and because my parents couldn't stand it, I usually got my way most of the time. Yeah. So that was my childhood growing up. Like me being able to live my own life because my parents just couldn't keep up.
Shout out to his parents though. We love you. You're doing great.
They will watch this episode anyway, so they can verify in the comments below too.
All love auntie and uncle. Wait, okay, but I think it's interesting that how your childhood is such like formative experiences that really shape your life because I think it's really interesting that it shapes your life very much so because of like your personality and like for example, you were saying you not agreeing to the concept of no.
Yeah.
And how you are a lot more independent or you tend to like reason or you need reasoning, right? I
Yep.
think that is also kind of embedded in your character, if you will, like right now.
I would say so. Yeah.
Maybe you're better at taking or receiving the word no.
Definitely better.
Yeah, but I think like
For all my future employers watching this, I am definitely better. Like, okay.
like character development, you see, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But like, or okay, like I know for a fact that you're like a lot more like logical, or you need reasoning,
Yep.
like for things, despite
Yep,
your
yep.
emotional side. Like you are a type that prefers, all of that. So I was like, oh, that's quite interesting that it's like maybe it's something small that happened in your childhood, or it's like a subconscious thing, and it just carries you like all the way throughout to like now, and it could potentially, as in other traits as well, could shape such a big part of your personality.
But interesting that you say it carries through like your whole life. So what I want to know is, because like I see Charlotte as this like really bubbly kid, and yes, both bubbly and kid are true. But like, has that always been the persona, or because okay, so for me, right, I used to be a lot more extroverted,
Yeah.
but then over the eons, I became more introverted, and like needed time to myself. But for you, it's like you are super extroverted, super high energy right now. Was that always the case when you were a kid?
I think, yes and no, because when I was a kid, okay, first of all, I didn't grow up in Singapore, so I grew up overseas.
Shocking.
Oh my gosh, yeah, okay, so
ICA, get her.
please don't deport me. No, I grew up in New Zealand, and then I grew up there since I was 3 years old, all the way until I was 13.
When I
Yes.
was 13.
Sorry, I had to do the math for a minute. Yeah, 3 to 13. So it's really like my formative childhood years. So my primary school experience and a bit of secondary school experience as well. When I was there, I was known as like quite a quiet kid actually in
Ooh.
primary school. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What?
Really?
Quiet?
Charlotte not
Yeah.
yapping? Doesn't make sense.
Tough. Actually, but I would actually say that I did talk a lot, but it's more so I just talked to like my family because that was who I felt the most comfortable with.
Yep.
And in school, my rationale in primary school was like, everybody's talking, then like why should I feel the need to talk? Like in my report card, I would literally get back like, oh, like she's a good student, yada yada yada, but she needs to speak out in class more. Then my answering
That's so unheard of.
Dude.
You will never hear that from anyone describing Charlotte now. Like no one, okay? No one will say Charlotte doesn't stop yapping.
Dude, the way he's saying it is like, it's like bolded.
Charlotte always yaps, okay? You have no idea. Like sometimes people have to like, okay?
Have
or
to, like,
put a
rein it
timer
back.
to like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we need to go.
Yeah,
stop
correct.
talking.
That's why I'm perpetually late because I'm always finishing a conversation with somebody and I don't know how to end the conversation because I just keep it going. And then, why I said that? It's so funny because one behind the camera was like her eyebrows like shot to the
Like-
ceiling. She's like, what? Stop talking. No, but it's true. So I would always get like the report card saying like, oh, like she needs to talk more.
Yeah.
But my thinking was like, oh, everybody's already talking or like they already said what I wanted to say. So like, why should I add to the discussion? But also keep in mind, obviously, like different culture and stuff. Everyone's a lot more talkative and a lot more open there. But I was still like a very like dramatic kid. Like I was an actress, Yeah.
Fun fact.
At
Fun fact.
home.
If you all don't know about one thing about Charlotte is she talks with her hands and facial expressions.
I do.
So
If you can't already tell.
if the mouth doesn't stop, if the mouth stops moving, the hands start moving. If the hands stop moving, the mouth starts moving. Nothing will stand still.
They're both synonymous. I just use both, no matter what. I cannot sit still and just like straight jacket, like "Oi."
Straight jacket. Oh my god.
So if I were
Oh
to ever
my
be
God.
interrogated,
Yeah.
just know that there will be a lot of movement in the interrogation.
Yeah, like no, so he didn't commit the crime.
yeah. They'll be like, oh gosh, like she is gonna get herself in trouble. Because I'll like start like brushing my hair or like, oh she moved her finger, like you
Yeah,
know,
like
whatever.
no,
Yeah.
I don't know if he committed a crime or not.
Just makes me look more guilty.
Yeah.
Okay, so side note to future me, okay, if I'm ever in a criminal situation, I will just
Own up and go to jail.
fam.
Yeah.
Okay, so but anyways, back to so because of that, I think when I hit secondary school, I was like, okay, my time to shine. Because in primary school, and our primary school is small, so like you already know everybody, you've grown up with the same people and all that. Secondary school is like, wow, a new
Yep.
group of people, new experiences. Nobody has an impression of you, really. So I walked in, I was like, okay, I'll just like speak my truth, I guess. Yeah. So then I genuinely just spoke a lot more. Like, as in, I think I've always wanted to, but it's just that because of the people around me and the circumstance, I didn't feel the need to. But if you ask my family, I've always been a talker, like no matter what. So with the talking comes the happiness and the bubbliness for me. Like, as in, I
That's
think
nice.
I don't really know what's the correlation, but I think it's just always been there. Or rather, like, okay, maybe aside from puberty, with like mood changes and mood swings,
Okay.
like you
Interesting.
get a little sadder or like more temperamental. So I would say
Oh,
I was
okay,
not as
temperamental, yeah, for
bubbly
sure.
during that
Yeah,
period
yeah.
of time, but it's like,
Just like that edgy teen
yeah,
phase.
like
Yeah.
rebel,
Rah.
Yeah, but then no, but then I think generally throughout I've always just had a very positive outlook on life. Yeah. Shout out to my parents for like, instilling that in me, or like just in general as well. Like my tone of voice is also quite high. So yeah, no, I think I've always had that in my childhood. I don't think there's been a formative experience that has like pushed me to become like that.
So it's been like
Yeah.
a stable constant for you, lah.
Yeah,
But
I would say so.
would there, okay, so if it were a stable experience, right, surely there must be some points that struck out to you. So like what I want to know is what are the most memorable experiences for you?
Ooh,
Like any
okay.
point in the last like 2 decades.
2 decades. Wow. Okay. So
Okay, when I say it like that, we sound old.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
not, okay.
Fun fact: my memory is as good as a goldfish's. So I need to
That's
like
true.
recall.
That's very true.
Shucks. Like fish emoji. Fun fact: people have described me as like a fish before. So so I think it works. Okay. I think because like I said, I grew up overseas. So
Yeah.
my primary school experiences, overseas in New Zealand, my secondary school experiences in Singapore. So it's like two very different cultures for me. So I think I have a different, as in my outlook or my lenses and perspectives have changed over the years, obviously. If you say formative childhood experiences or just like fun things, okay, I have been scared of riding bikes ever since I was 5 years old, like bicycles. Okay, and that's just because I used to have a bike, and it was a pink bike. It was like a pink bike, and it had like ribbons at the side. Like, I'm not
Oh my
kidding
God,
you, at the
so coquette.
handlebars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I wasn't so coquette. Okay, yeah.
So coquette.
Yeah, okay, fashionista. But the handlebars had like strips of like ribbon coming out from it.
Okay,
Purple,
okay.
pink, white, silver. So it was a pink bike, and it was something that like my parents bought for me,
Yeah.
and I'm the older sister as well, so I had like no siblings at that time to share it with. So it's really like for me, Yeah.
Yeah.
So then,
Princess treatment.
and then I was riding down a hill, and then I crashed. Like, I just full on crashed, and I go by myself because it's pretty safe in my neighborhood. So I just fully went down, and it's not my first time going down this hill as well, by the way.
That's even more hilarious.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, as in, I don't know why I crashed, but I just did. So
Complacency.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I was just like,
You thought you could handle it, and
Yeah,
then,
like, this hill,
life showed you
nothing.
couldn't. Bam.
no, I had to hit rock bottom, like at some point,
yeah.
right?
Oh my God. Metaphorical and literal. Okay, but yeah. So how do you crash?
No, I just full on went speeding down. Then I think I didn't brake in time or whatever, and then I just kind of like just tumbled over. So I scraped my knee and stuff. Yeah, and then and fun fact is that I'm scared of blood. So
That's
it
hilarious.
is
You're like,
not-
oh shit, I'm falling. Then oh shit, there's blood.
yeah. So it was like a double whammy, you know? 'Cause
yeah.
So then the blood and everything, it was just like my knees were scraped, and it's in my neighborhood, so I kind of just picked up my bike and went home. But then after that, like, I refused to touch a bike after that. Like, I was
To this day?
No, wait. So I was
Oh, okay, okay.
super scared, and then secondary school,
Yeah.
we had to go for a school camp in nature and outdoors, and like a trail, mountain trail.
Yep.
Mountain trail, then they're like, we'll divide you into groups who can ride bikes, who can't. So I'm like, me, I can't ride a bike. Like, this is, although they say it's a lifelong skill, right? Like, as in, that's what people say. Once you ride a bike, you'll always know how to ride a bike. But I was like, I can't, noob. So then I'm in noob group, and then we're like riding down. I don't know why, but in the noob group, they decide to make us all go down a hill. And this hill this time is like a dung hill.
Oh, like zigzag.
Yeah, and it's like dung like go down, and it's like trees, and because it's in the forest.
Well, they made you do an obstacle course.
No,
essentially.
So to this day, I'm still like, how is that the like beginner group? You know what I mean? Like I thought beginner was like cones
Yeah,
and like
yeah, yeah.
like
Like
gravel
straight
road.
road, flat
Yeah,
road.
no, Miss Girl, we were like in the woods, like cue Taylor Swift, because like the trees and like it's like the gravel path,
Yeah,
but then there's
yeah.
also like dirt path or
Yeah.
not even a path to be honest. Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, like I got this, like lifelong skill, and like it's been a while, but like, I'm sure like it'll kick in or whatever. So I start cycling. I cycle down like doom, and I start cycling down. Ding. Halfway through, my chain breaks on the bike.
That's so unfortunate. Holy, why? How? What? Do you? What? Does life hate you? Like, does life just not want you to ride bikes?
They were like, they looked at me on the bike. They were like, yeah, never mind. So my chain breaks halfway through, and I crash into the tree. like
Oh
right, so
my
like
God.
at the like I make it doo-doo, so you made it like past one, right?
Like, yes,
Yeah. So
one
that's
third
okay.
done.
Like yeah. So I'm like doo-doo, halfway chain breaks, and like I can tell something is wrong because like my bike suddenly starts like speeding up. You know, like it's just not in my control
Yeah,
anymore. And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, like shit, like what do I do? Because I have to like my plan is to stop and then like don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. But
Yeah,
then I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
don't stop, don't. I'm like, like can't stop, you know. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen? So I crash into the tree.
Like full on collision with the tree trunk.
yeah, like full on, yeah.
Like head on.
Well, as in my
front
bike
wheel-
hit it first.
Yeah, the front wheel hits
Yeah,
the tree
yeah,
trunk.
the front wheel hits. Then I kind of just
my.
like swerve a little, so like I don't hit it head on. But then like at that point it's like okay, and then honestly everything happened so fast, so I don't really know what happened after that. But basically I was on the ground again. I was
Were
like,
you bleeding? Like any-
yeah, I'm pretty sure I was. I feel like my
Oh,
brain
man.
kind of repressed the memory to be honest. But like yeah, I'm pretty sure I was because it's also like in the forest.
Yeah, yeah.
So then I fall. And I like well.
They thought it was a good idea to put the noob group in a forest
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
terrain
Yeah,
going
yeah.
down a zigzag slope.
Maybe they were like, nah, like just you know how it's like.
Maybe that's a lesson to be taught. Like life doesn't just go your way. Life doesn't go your way sometimes. You just
Yeah.
gotta suck it up.
smile.
Yeah, smile.
No,
Smile.
which is why like isn't that why they like that quote throw into the deep end to swim.
Don't ever do that. Like let's not. Okay.
Don't drown, though.
Yeah, don't drown.
But yeah, that
so
was
that led you to not be able to ride a bike even up to this day.
and then
Okay.
the
and
part
then-
3. So what I want
Uh-huh.
to share is, it's okay, guys. Your childhood experiences are formative, but you will always keep growing because I learned how to ride a bike. Yay! Without crashing, yay! Like I think 1-2 years ago, basically in Singapore, and I
Okay,
was like
okay.
much older.
Yep.
I was post A levels, and
Yep.
my best friend goes, "Let's ride like the Changi Jurassic Mile, like the full stretch."
Okay, she's clearly not a best friend because she doesn't know that you don't.
Oh,
ride
she
bike.
knew, but she was like, "You'll be fine." I
Okay,
was
then
like,
that is a true best friend.
Yeah,
Knowing
then I
that you
was-
suck at it and you just go.
Yeah,
Nice.
and she was riding like behind me, so like if anything, and then
What are you gonna do if you're gonna fly forward? Not like she can save you, but okay, sorry, your point. Yeah,
shout out to my best friend, all love.
Yeah.
No, but it's more of like, cause it's a straight road, so that's why I
Yeah.
said yes, cause there's no hill. So actually, I haven't ridden on a hill, and like when I bike like with my boyfriend, so when we cycle to like eat food and stuff, I'm
Yeah.
always like, please be on a pathway and like please like let's go when it's not like a lot of people, because I also get scared by
yeah,
people too.
yeah,
I cannot
yeah.
bike with this.
Excuse me, excuse me.
I get
excuse me.
performance anxiety.
Perform. Oh my god.
No, because it's like because there's people, and then I can't.
Yeah.
I'm like holding the bike, and I see them walking this way, and then I'm like, and I would like to clarify that I have great hand and foot coordination. Okay, like I can play football and sports and stuff, but when I see people coming towards me, and I'm like,
Suddenly like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Oh no. What's happening to my bike?
because they can also change. They are a variable. They
That's-
change their pace, or they like
yeah.
move
They are
one
the
way
prob-
and then they
they are
move
the
the other
problem.
way. Then I'm like, no. So then I'm like shaking it as they walk past. I can't even like you know what I mean. I have to like try and keep straight. I don't keep straight because I'm like struggling and like yeah. So anyways, long story short, you can ride a bike. If you go through any traumatic experience when you're younger with sports or biking or anything in between, you can always just revisit it a few years later when you have a bit more maturity and maybe a bit more coordination in yourself and more confidence. And you can start slow and you'll be able to get over it.
Great moral of the story. My story, unfortunately, not nearly as happy.
Oh, shucks.
So we mentioned in the intro that I got dropped as a kid.
Yeah.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, also for fun fact is that he just told me this like a few hours ago that like, oh, by the way, I was dropped as a kid. Like he just left it there. So he walked
And
away.
now we're unpacking that
Yeah.
for both your sake and hers.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
so-
so spill the deets.
Okay, so how I found out about this, right, was not even that I remember it. I don't remember it not because I was dropped as a kid. I don't remember it because I have grown. I don't remember anything past the age of 10. That is also something that I should look into, should get a medical checkup for.
Age
but
of 10. 10 is a pretty solid year.
well, that's like half my life. I don't remember half my life.
It's
Think
okay,
about
man.
that.
It's
Thus
okay.
far.
We look towards the future. Yes.
Amen. But okay, so I found this out when I was on the plane back from Bangkok, and I went with my family, and like it was just a 2.5 hour ride back. Couldn't use my phone, as an iPad kid would, like have trouble with. But I was seated beside my mom, and I struck up a conversation with her, and we dove into my childhood. Because apparently all my family members remember my childhood better than I do. So what better way to find out? Not through Google, but through my mom. So I asked my mom, what was I like as a kid? Or like what were some regrets that you had when you were mothering me when I was a child? And one particular experience she brought up was, apparently when I was 3 months old,
Oh my
not
God.
even years old, by the way. Okay, so let's set the scene. Okay, you're in Bali, you're in the hotel resort, and then after that,
Ooh,
and you're my
lovely.
mom. Okay, and you pick me up as a 3-month-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
You set me down in the cot. You close the cot cover like that, because cots back in the day were built like that. I wasn't placed in a rice cooker. That's really how the cot was built. But I was put in the cot. And then my mum she said she went off to cut carrots. I don't know why,
this is
of
fine.
all details to remember, carrots was one of them. But she went to the kitchen to cut carrots. And then
They're good vegetables. Yeah.
I think like I was just like, hey, where's mommy going? And I stand up from my cot, push the lid open because I was just that strong.
Yeah, of course.
And the cot was unlocked, by the way. Thanks, mom. But yeah, I think I stood up to try and see my mom, and when I pushed the cot cover open, I went over.
Oh no.
So I fell from like a position of like, I think probably like, I don't know, 1 meter high.
Yeah. And you're like the small baby,
Yeah,
right?
I'm like
So-
tiny, okay? So like 1 meter is like bungee jumping for me. I fell from the cot, right? And all my mother heard was a loud thud
Oh.
that happened. So she scrambled from her freaking carrots, scrambled from the kitchen to find me
Yeah.
on the floor wailing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, as a child would.
Yeah. Thankfully.
But yeah, thankfully I was wailing. But yeah, she picked me up, and like I don't know if there were any bruises or any cuts or anything.
Do you have like a scar or like like people have
I
concussion?
don't
Have,
from that. I don't from other people. I don't have scars from other people's stupidity.
Okay.
I have scars from my stupidity.
Thank you for
which I
the
will-
self-awareness.
Correct, which we will dive into in the next episode.
Okay,
But
lovely.
when I first heard that, right, I laughed. I laughed so hard because
Wait.
I finally can tell people, if they ever say like, hey, why you like this? Were you dropped as a kid? I can say with a stern yes.
No. But as a mother, like she must have felt so like
Oh, definitely.
stressed.
Definitely.
Especially because like as a mother of like a very young child, and like
Yeah.
anything can happen. And like I can just imagine when she heard the thud, like her heart just dropping. Like I can empathize with that. Like
No, but you
holy
think
crap.
you think she had learned from that, right? Because that happened when I was 3 months old.
Oh, no.
Oh, it gets better. When fast forward like a couple more years, another experience happened, which you will find out in the next episode in part 2 of our childhood experiences.
Clickbaity, huh?
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Childhood Experiences. If you want to know what more experiences we have in the bag, be sure to keep a lookout for our next episode. Make sure to drop a like. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. drop a comment down below as to what are some of your most memorable childhood experiences. And where else can they find us?
Yes, so you're hopefully listening to this on YouTube, but you can also check out our Spotify where we upload our episodes weekly. And you can also drop a follow on our Instagram page because we're Gen Z, we're keeping up with the times where, we post little snippets of our videos as well as interactive stories so that we can yap with y'all and y'all can yap back to us as well. So once again, thank you so much for watching this episode and we'll see you in the next one where you can take it
From us. Bye.